These are snowshoe hare. Actually, these are snowshoe hare, that's mountain hare. It's there to show the similarity between these animals. Snowshoe hare is an American beast. These are found in other parts of the world, including the UK. They all turn white during winter. The colours of the... If you look at a snowshoe hare foot, I should go through that first. The piece or the hair that we want is this. And it runs all the full length of the foot, from the heel to the toes. And it's the stuff that sticks out there. We don't want this stuff at the side or the top. Actually, this makes good dubbing, but this is normal hair. It's a hair. It's very absorbent. And because it's been washed and prepared, this is quite soft. At the sides, it becomes a bit harder and a bit more. You can tell that it's for wear here, and it's mainly a type of guard hair. Now, what I do to prepare these is I shave away a lot of the hair at the side, so that all I'm seeing there really is the type of hair that I want. And then I'll eat away at that, or I'll nibble away at that with a pair of scissors, taking out tufts as I need them, like this. These show the different colours that you get. These are natural and haven't been dyed. This one is almost pure white. If you go into the underfur is almost pure white as well. This one obviously it's a sort of buff colour up here and a dun at the base. So it's a slightly different period of the year when that's been culled. This one is similar to this. It's grey underneath and it's this sort of tanny colour at the tips. And this is similar. It's actually whiter, paler than this one. This is a true snowshoe hare. This is a mountain hare. The only hair that we need is this stuff on the sole of the foot. It's a bit coarser near the toes and a bit softer towards the middle and the heel. The stuff that I prefer and the stuff that I'll use first is in the middle here. So, when I was researching for this, what I came across was these, which is it's sold as a Patagonian hare's foot. It is a brown European hare, and this is the natural colour. They dye easily. They have a similar texture of hair on the foot. The pelt is more, it's brown colour on top. It's not water repellent on the foot. However, if any of these are treated with floatants, the powder floatants take really well on these, and there's one or two other types of floatants work pretty well too. I happen to prefer the what's called fume silicate, the powder. Things like Frog's Fanny and Hunts do one as well that I use. This makes a good substitute. It's cheaper, it's much more readily available. It's also available in colours, some of which are useful and some of which are less so. But the proper snowshoe hare is this. I would actually include the mountain hare because it works the same way, it has the same properties. So that's the introduction. I'm now going to set up and finish a fly with a snowshoe hare wing. I've got a curved token of ice. I'm taking on my thread. This is going to be a version of Bob Wyatt's Snowshoe Emerger, SHE. It's very similar to the deer hair emerger, just replace the deer hair with snowshoe. I'm using the thread as an underbody. I'm taking it back to where I want the dubbed body to end. Then I'm going to bring the thread back to where I want the wing to place. this is a quick, well, relatively quick and easy way of producing a fly. Bob calls this sort of fly ammunition, so it's not meant to be a an exercise in fastidious fly tying. It's quite the opposite, really. So my dubbing is a mix of hare, squirrel and a bit of rabbit. Nice and messy. Actually very messy. I'm just tightening the dubbing on there, and I dub back to the end of the thread underbody, then remove the rest of the dubbing, bit I'm not using, and I bring the thread back in open turns as a rib to where the wing will be tied in. Bob makes a point about the length of the thorax, so I hope I'm doing it justice and I'm leaving enough space for the thorax. Snowshoe foot, pulling out a tuft, which comes with underfur at the base. Get rid of that, it's the short stuff. And then I'm going to turn it round, once I've cleaned out the underfur, turn it round, and I want to get rid of some of the guard hairs. So I just gently ease those out. I don't want them all out, but I want most of them out. And it's the softer, finer, crinkly stuff that I'm going to use as the main wing. Now I don't tie in the butts on this. I leave them exposed. I might trim them. I position it for length. Tie it down with a few turns of thread, and then I'll trim the butts because this looks a bit long. And that becomes part of the wing. I can post this wing. I'm not going to do it in this case, but I can post around the wing at this stage to make a fly that sits a bit deeper in the water. All I'm doing now is building up a dam of thread at the base of the wing, and then I'm going to build a dubbed thorax onto that, which will finish off pushing the wing back so it sits more upright. Same dubbing. I'm putting on maybe I don't actually wrap it onto the thread any thicker, but it'll be the thorax will be thicker than the body. So it goes in tight as possible in front of the wing, and as close as possible under the wing. You can see it's pushing the wing up, and then I'm compacting that dubbing in the thorax with thread. That's not the volume of the dubbing. There's a lot of tight material in there. And then a little bit more dubbing just to finish the effect. Again, the thread's going through it to compact it, keep it tight, and finish off with the head. And finish. Snowshoe's it's a relatively hard hare. It doesn't flare the way deer does. It spreads out because it's crinkly, so you get this messy profile. And you can see the overall shape and the way that the wing sits. Now I would apply floatant to that wing, just to the wing, and that will float quite set into the water. Nice fly.